right? And
Right.
a lot that I was teaching, I gave an example because we like to see and hear examples, right? That I think they are
Yeah.
best, one of our best and greatest examples, right? When I was young, I didn't really know much about sex. I didn't really know much about boyfriend and girlfriend, or husband and wife, or the anatomy. I didn't know much, right? However, fast forward, I made a decision, right? I made a decision to lay down with that man. And guess what? I mean, I heard that you can have a baby from having sex. I heard about all of these things, right? I didn't know enough. Know enough. I didn't have a clue. Like many of us parents who
Right.
became parents at a very young age, we were still babies ourselves. I say that to say this. When you understand that you are not excluded from universal principles and laws, and we're going to be talking about these hermetic principles in the book club. When you understand these laws, you will know that you're not excluded. It doesn't matter if you're ignorant or not. It doesn't matter if you're unaware or not. It doesn't matter if you're intentional or unintentional. None of these things matter when it comes to divine laws, because what you give is what you're going to
You
attract.
know what that leads people to say?
What
Life
is it?
ain't fair.
Oh my goodness.
That's what leads people to
Here
say life
comes
ain't fair.
right. And
Because,
there go the excuses and ramifications and
exactly.
justifications. I'm only human,
Right. And life ain't fair.
right?
But that's the thing. We no, like you said, no one is excluded from the ramifications of these universal principles and laws. No one,
No, no one.
you
It
know.
doesn't matter whether you're a young person. Now, as far as my knowledge goes, when you come to the maturity, the mental maturity, right? And you're able to start making decisions and you're conscious of those decisions, that's when I think the universal laws and principles, right, really apply to you,
Oh
right?
yeah, for
As far
sure.
as my extensive, because when you're kind of like, I know when you're a baby, when you're just coming in up until the age of probably like maybe one, I'll say. And I know the mind is very impressionable, it's like a sponge. But when you start to realize, when you start practicing self mastery, you also include different, your other parts of your essence, your triune essence, and not just the
Right,
physical part. Because if we just dwelling off of the physical part, going off of the physical part, pardon me, it's all about the biology,
right.
right?
You
But
know what I come to find? I don't mean to cut you off, but
mhm.
I come to find that to be very true. Because being on this path, I mean, for a long time at that, I found out a lot of times I tend to suffer more because I knew better, and
Mm.
you know what I mean.
Yeah,
So
the gravity of the
yeah, it's like
consequences hit different.
it
The
does. I
more
mean,
you know, the gravity of those consequences, they hit different. Like, I listen,
right,
in my universal age now, I say, listen, give me a physical skippity pap and I'll take a physical skippity pap. I pick a belt,
man.
pick a switch, pick a branch,
That
okay?
spiritual that spiritual beat down
Because those
is different.
spiritual skippity paps, they
It hit
ain't nothing to
different.
play with. They
You're gonna be. I mean, to be honest, I think that's when things like depression and
they hit,
stuff like
yeah.
that sets in.
There
Yeah,
you go. There you go. There you go. They hit different. Consider this, my loves.
depression or is it compression? Because it feels like
Both.
it's that. You know what I mean?
It's
Because
both.
the atmospheric pressure that's because it's like it's
It's
it's like you
both.
get deep.
It's both. You're experiencing it, and you're not only experiencing it on a physical level, you're also
Hmm.
experiencing it on a mental level and on a spiritual level, right? And so that's
Right,
something that we cannot avoid. Every decision that you make, every choice that you make, and you move forward is like a pebble thrown in a pond. The severity of the ripples is going to be determined and dictated by the weight of your decision. It doesn't matter if it's small or grand. It doesn't matter how minute it is. It doesn't matter how grandiose it is. It's going to cause a rippling effect. And so when we are wondering why, right?
right,
Why are so many so deeply depressed? Like, why are so many suicidal? Why are so many dysfunctional? Why are so many of us crashing and burning? Don't we want to get to the core of things, or are you just satisfied with just talking about it, bitching about it,
Right.
moaning about it, arguing about it? Nothing is changing. That's changing nothing. Arguing
Right.
about whose statistic is right or wrong. Arguing about where you got. Look at the reality. Not even everybody else's, but just look at the state of your reality, baby. Receipts don't lie. The energetic receipts don't lie. It's going to tell you everything. And so when you don't first have a deeper understanding of what self-mastery is, and yes, it's a journey. Is it going to be uncomfortable at times? Absolutely. Is it going to require you to make an investment in yourself? Absolutely. Energetically, physically, financially, right? It's going
Right.
to require an investment because you don't know what you don't know. You cannot possibly graduate from the 12th grade if you're still in the first grade, whether you know it or not. And so when you do not invest in finding someone that is an expert in whatever area you want to grow and you want to develop and you want to master in, nothing really isn't going to change. And we see the evidence of that pretty profoundly. Pretty
Right.
profoundly.